The president's speech. To help us do that is a rights activist, Yerima Shettima. He joins us via phone from Kaduna State. Good to have you join us.
Good morning, viewers.
Happy Independence Day to you. You listened to the president's speech. You probably read it or you listened to it. But let's get your assessment of it. Does it reflect the current state of the country? And does it really speak to the issues, especially when you look at where we are now and the several agitations across the country?
Well, it is sad that we found ourselves after 61 years of independence. We found ourselves in this situation today is uncalled for. But the good side of the story is that at least we still remain as a country. For that reason, at least it's a moment for us not only to celebrate, but also to sit down and reflect on where we found ourselves, where did we go wrong, so that we can begin to channel a new course for the betterment of the country. Yes, Mr. President has spoken, yet it's better to speak than not to talk at all. But that also appreciate the fact that he admitted that a lot of things went wrong. And he also, to an extent, or tactically admits that we are more divided than we were in the past. And to that extent, one of the major focus of the broadcast today was to see that anything that will become a threat to the national unity will be fought with in totality, and also to bring about advocate more on unity of the country. I think this is a very welcome development, and to that extent, the taxes before Nigerians to begin to look at it is better with the remain together than going out separate ways. So I commend him for that, and having said that, we need to do not just our rhetoric, we need to do more to move the country forward.
But there are those who, people are quite divided when it comes to opinion and assessment of this speech. There are those who think that, look, there is an improvement in terms of this speech. It was about 37 minutes long. And some people feel that that's an improvement. The president spoke to Nigerians for a long time. Some think that it's a speech tailored to Independence Day that should have inspired hope and confidence and speak on leadership. Let's say it was more like a campaign speech and not necessary, because the president read out some achievements and what next he was going to do. Do you share those thoughts?
Well, it is natural that ordinarily you wouldn't expect him to speak less than what he has said. And I thank God he also admit that he has spoken to an extent. However, we look at it, and that's why I go back to what I said in my previous submission to say that the task is before Nigerians to also take ownership of these processes to ensure that this country remains together. 1, 2, let us look at this security matter that has marred the country completely, though they not have the larger chunk share of this whole insecurity issue compared to that of the South. But however, let us also always remember that an injury to one must seem to be injury for all. That what is happening to the northern part of this country, God forbid, could have also happened to southern part of the country. That means, what this means is that all of us, all hands must be on deck to ensure that a problem to one is a problem for all. Let us all look at the moment we are to be and where we find ourselves. That it's not only ideal to say that it's just the responsibility of the central government, but everybody, both the governor, states, local government, and everybody, all hands must be on deck to save the country. Because you can only talk, you can only advocate, you can only govern when there's a country. And when there's no country, it means every other thing is secondary. So I think this is a moment for us to sit down for a sober reflection. And thank God today we're 61 years of our independence. That means I am one of those who is also still optimistic that truly, if we can work together, despite irrespective of where we come from, consider that religious or ethnicity cannot be asked or why we cannot form a nation. I think we will go a long way. And to that extent, I think Nigerians, all hands must be on deck. The truth of the matter is that the unity of this country has been threatened, and we are very much divided, and there are suspicions all over the land. It takes a good leader with a good heart and sense of patriotism, committed to one nation. That's the kind of leader we should be looking up to in the next opportunity that is before us in the country, so that we can move forward.
I will get to the issue of leadership if time permits me, but you've been talking about how all hands must be on deck, and the president also alluded to that. I think that was one of the very first few statements he made when he said all hands must be on deck to make all hands were on deck rather in 1960 to make Nigeria's independence work, and how the independence was a unifying factor at the time. But when you look at the country today, what can you say is our unifying factor? What is that one thing that binds us together, that can inspire hope and confidence? We can all say, oh look, we have this one thing to look forward to.
It's only hope. It's only hope as it is today, because everything has not worked as planned. The dreams of our founding fathers that fought for the independence wasn't what is being before us today. The dream has been shattered, and I'm sure wherever they are in their graves, they are not happy with the present situation of things in the country. But however, I remain very optimistic that the present generation of youth today that I am part of, I believe strongly we can still make amends and make it right. If we do different things in future as we are today and begin to look at 2023, we are likely to bring something better than what is obtained in the past. But if we continue to do same thing over and over, you can be rest assured we will continue to suffer, we will be stuck, or we will be rather retrogressing rather than making progress for the betterment of the country. So to that extent, I urge all Nigerian youths to remain hopeful. I urge Nigerian youths to remain very, very hopeful that certainly this cannot continue, but we have to take destiny into our hands. We have to take destiny. There are opportunities before us come the next election in less than 2 years. We must decide decisively, use our voter strength, without threatening the unity of the country, without making an attempt to balkanize the country. There are still hopes. We can still do better, and I strongly believe we can do better. With the number we have today, we have come of age, we are stakeholders, we can decide the fate and the destiny of this country and redirect the country into a positive channel so that we can at the end of the day begin to have a Nigeria of our dreams. Certainly, I have no doubt we can do that, and we will do that. And that's why most of the times I try as much as I can to reach our counterpart in northern and southern part of the country for us to begin to do synergy and begin to give hope to those who think that all is gone. There are still hope. Certainly there is hope. I have no doubt in my mind.
And a lot of people share that hope with you. Most people believe, especially young people, believe that there is hope for Nigeria and we must stand together to build our country. But some people do not see that hope. I mean, that is evident in a number of people who are leaving this country daily. Sometimes when you see pictures and videos from the airport, you see how young people are leaving in their droves. The president believes that he promised to ensure that we have youth participation in governance in the country. And you have also spoken of 2023. What is the entry point for young persons, especially when you look at politics today in Nigeria? It is so monetized. There is violence that have been recorded over and over again. So what is the entry point for young people?
Well, the fact of the matter still remains, yes, I completely agree that the number of people going out of the country are much more on daily basis, but that is not to say that we will just sit down and assume that it's not possible. We will, and I believe strongly, even those who are rushing out of the country will certainly have a reason to have a rethink and come back so that we can build a nation of our own. Yes, we've never been nation in the past, but I have no doubt in my mind during our time there will be nation, because naturally you will expect challenges. There's no nation today that excel and do better without challenges, and ours cannot be different from other countries. There are countries who have run into war. Today they are doing better in terms of development, economic, and whatever in the world. They have been considered to be one of the most strongest countries in the world, and they are doing better economically and whatever. So challenges naturally and change is imperative in life. So naturally things will happen as if all hope will be dashed, but you can be rest assured that we will come out of it. Certainly, like I said, and I will continue to hamper on that there are still hope. There is opportunity for us come 2023. Let us ensure that we ask our people to go out en masse to get their voters card, especially our generations, to ensure that we mobilize ourselves and do synergy so that we decide within ourselves, rather than going one way, continue to have faith in those old brigadiers who are over and over continue to do things that only thinks about their selfish interest. There are hopes that we can make it right, and to do it right, it means all hands must be on deck. Not only all hands must be on deck, also we must have this sense of equity, fairness, and justice to all. And once there is that, you can be rest assured. When Nigeria is built together as second class citizens, then you can be rest assured that everybody will have reason to believe that yes, this is a country where we all have to partake and ensure that it works like any other development.
I'm afraid I have to leave it there. It's been an eye-opening conversation with you. Thank you so much for your analysis. Rights activist Yerima Shettima.
Thank you so much.